Alright, so I'm starting the video out with a sneeze. Today, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be making a prediction of a 2028 hypothetical. The candidates would be Barack Obama versus Donald Trump. Now, I know America's got more right, but hear me out. I think Obama's gonna win this. Because I think people don't hate diversity as long as diversity's okay. And I'm not about like the right or independence. And that's kind of what Obama is. He did do a lot of messed up things in his presidency, like bombing everyone, but let's just take a look here. Let's take a look at how Trump is now. His approval rating is currently going down. So that means that these swing states aren't very, they might regret voting for him as of right now. But it's not the end of his presidency yet. It's not 2028. So we have to look at both Obama elections. Florida favored Obama both elections. But as the candidate got better, Florida went more right. There's a lot of shifts, especially in Missouri. Everyone here. So I think it's safe to say that if these two were to have an election, here's what the main states for Trump would be: Idaho, well, maybe Montana. We gotta take a look at Montana here. Okay, Romney won it by a lot, so I'd say these districts of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, for sure. I know Trump's like got Texas in the bag a lot less than Romney did, but I say that anything that's solid is more than 12. That's why I consider these two to be solid red states as of right now. But yeah, all of these, all the ones that were red in Obama, I'm gonna put as red now. So yeah, that includes these. I'm also gonna include Mississippi as well, and I'm gonna include South Carolina. Well, maybe not, and I'll explain why in a second. It's red, but it might not be like full red. It might be, it might be like likely. Not, it's not safe. It's not safe like Texas and all these other ones are. And then Indiana, I'm also gonna put as safe as well. Same with Alaska. Alaska's also gonna be considered safe. And same with Missouri. Okay, now that we got all the safe states out of the way for Trump, we're going to do the ones for Obama. Now, I'd say Washington and Oregon, these guys are definitely all all safe. They're all safe. So, Illinois is interesting because it's not safe right now, but for Obama it was. I'm going to go out and say he wins by 13 points, maybe 14. But as people are moving out, there's a lot less supporters of Democrats. And I think Obama's a good enough Democrat to, like, make it safe, make it a safe state. Now, these are all interesting. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that all of these are states won by or are safe. Now, New Hampshire is a bit difficult because I could put him as likely. We're not even done with these though, so let me just finish this up real quick and then we'll do likely Republican. So for likely Republican, you kind of got to look at both of these elections here. Obama did win, and then people started to dislike him a lot less, a lot more. As you can see, the gap was 3 points. 3 point gap here. About a little less than that. But here it was more like it was a huge gap. More like 5 or 6. Now, South Carolina is interesting because it has gotten progressively more Republican, other than 2020, which we all know, well, at least I do, was like not legit because of all the ballot boxes and stuff like that. So it could have been skewed either way. But Alaska's been getting a lot more, a lot more, a lot less conservative, I'd say. They're still pretty red, though. So I'm gonna say they're safe. Now, we're gonna go left to right now. Nevada is interesting because in all 3 elections, Trump only won it one time, and that was this one. So, are we gonna say that it's a big Trump kind of state? Because look how much Obama won it by. Obama won it by like 12% in 2008, but in 2012, he won it by only 6. I mean, if you compare that to Trump, who got a 5 point shift in Nevada, something like that. Yeah, a 5 point shift in Nevada. It was shifting right compared to the shift right of. Wait, is OBS getting this? Yeah, OBS is getting this. This shift, man, is it makes Nevada like in terms of Obama and in terms of Trump like insanely. Let's do some math here. That's 12.5 and that's 6.7. 12.5 minus 6.7. It's, I think, 5.8. I'm fairly sure it's 5.8. That's a 5.8 shift right. This is a 5.5 shift right. It's been getting progressively redder. Nevada has. But I don't, it's such a, I don't know. It was so loyal to the Democrats, that's the thing. I have no idea what to put it as. Arizona is definitely likely red, you know. Other than this election, 2016, it has been like freaking red, dude. I'm gonna say it's red. So Colorado and oh, I forgot to put Hawaii as safe. He was literally more in there. I mean, look at how much he won it by. But you can't say the same thing about New York and Trump, huh? Yes, he did make it go down a lot, but So, Colorado, New Mexico. Let's take a look at New Mexico here. New Mexico, it was mainly. Let's see the shift in the counties first of all. From here, Obama, I think in this election, New Mexico was like 100% blue. Not only was it a flip, but it was blue. I think New Mexico is just, it's definitely blue, but I think it's gonna stay likely because it was likely in 2012 and it's still likely now. It's actually shifting left, right, like quite a bit since 2016. So if it was any generic Democrat, it would be lean, but I'm just gonna say it's like that. Colorado, okay. Colorado's an interesting one. Because Colorado was more blue than New Mexico here, but not here. They liked Obama a lot less. So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say it's also likely as well. I'd say maybe by an 8-point margin would be about the right amount. All right, Minnesota. Minnesota is definitely, I mean, hey, it's shifted right a lot, but then again, the candidates have been worse. I'm gonna say it's likely as well. Iowa, Iowa, Iowa. Now, here's the thing about Iowa is I think that Iowa, I don't know, look at the margins there. I'm gonna say that Iowa is gonna be a likely, but like Arizona type 2024 likely, like a 5 margin. I think it's gonna be like a 5 margin. And then Ohio. As people are starting to leave, Ohio's getting a lot more red too. So Ohio's definitely, in my opinion, I don't know whether it's likely or lean, but I'm gonna say it's likely for now. Alright, now this district of Nebraska, right here. Who's it gonna go to? This is pretty important. I think it might decide the election. See, Romney flipped it, that's the thing. We have to compare Biden to Romney, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. Well, there goes that. I think that Romney, since Romney, I think it's gonna barely win to Trump. Just barely. Now, Wisconsin is interesting because trends show you it goes to Obama, right? Same with Michigan. I agree. However, I don't think it's to the degree that people are gonna think. I think that Wisconsin is gonna be actually dark blue, and then I think Michigan's gonna be less than 5. But I think they are both gonna get won by Obama. Now, Virginia flipped After Bush, it flipped. It got a lot more Democratic. Yeah, and it hasn't really been gaining that many people. So I think just the kind of ideology shifted in it. They did like Obama a lot less than they liked Harris, though. So I am going to say that it is, safe. Not safe, but I'm going to say it's lean. So look, based off of this already, Obama's going to win. Now let's look at this district of Maine, too. Obama won it both times by a pretty good margin. More than the margin that Trump, wow, first time. I think that due to the ideologies they have now, Trump's going to barely win it. Obama's going to definitely win that one. And it's going to be a likely Maine. Maine's going to be 100% just likely. Alright, now we got to look at New Hampshire. To be fair, the Clinton election, she was not very popular. He wasn't either. Then he became popular, and he lost to Biden, and now he's really popular. And he won New Hampshire. Well, not he didn't win, but he he performed well. He didn't perform well enough to win, but he performed well. I'd say that it's a barely likely margin. Just barely. Because if you look at these, Obama definitely has the upper hand here. You know what? I'm going to say it's likely. It's likely. Now, Pennsylvania is yet again another flip from Obama. But Pennsylvania, and mainly just this area in general, has been known to just love the Democrats. I don't even know why they went Republican. Pennsylvania was because of the Amish. So I'm going to give Pennsylvania to Obama. And I'm going to give it to him by a likely margin. I mean, a lean margin. Now, North Carolina got flipped by Romney, and Trump has a higher approval on it. So I'd say that North Carolina is actually a likely red state instead of lean. Now, South Carolina is interesting, but again, I'm going to argue, just like Illinois, it would be 12, 13 points. Next, we get to Florida. I'm going to skip Georgia for a minute, and I'll tell you why in a second, but Trump is definitely taking Florida, but I'm going to argue it's likely rather than lean, rather than like safe, because Obama did have a high approval there. Not as high as Trump did, but still. I'm going to give it a likely. Now is the moment of truth. This election is very close. Whoever wins, it's very close. I think that Georgia goes to Trump by a very narrow margin, and I think this because even though Trump has won it, it's still getting a lot more Democratic. The cities, the shifts in the count in the cities are insane. Look at that. 67? I mean, well, some of them haven't shifted, but a lot in this area have shifted left a little bit. But then a lot haven't. So I wouldn't say it's a narrow margin. I'd say it's a pretty. It's like that margin, yeah. Moment of truth, Nevada. This decides whether Obama wins or the House decides. Now, I don't necessarily know how Nevada votes. I'm going to take a quick look at it, though. These counties in Nevada shifted hella. And I mean hella left. Especially this one. This one almost fully, and I mean almost fully red Nevada. Look at that. It was almost fully red. No one lives out here. No one really lives out here. People do live here. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Trump wins it. Barely. Now, this is my map. And, yep, I think they tie. I genuinely do think they tie. I mean, this one you could argue that Obama gets a slight victory, but I'd say that Trump wins that. Because while he lost it now, he did win it. And Harris didn't win it by that much. Harris won it by more than Romney did. I mean, by less than Romney did. And Obama won it by less than Trump did the first time. Yeah. So I'm going to say it's barely, and I mean barely right. But yeah, I think this is definitely a good map of what this hypothetical would look like. I think that Nevada is definitely up to debate. So if you want to say that, what's his name wins it, that Obama wins it, he wins it. But, I mean, look at the shifts. Just look at the shifts in Nevada, bro. This is almost like red. And then this is almost red as well. This is where Vegas is, I believe. But yeah, it's my prediction.